So I've been signed up to Soundcloud's Artist Pro account for over 10 days now, and I wanted to actually feature the kind of traction that I've actually gained on SoundCloud in terms of the platform, have a look at some of the statistics and find out if it's worth actually subscribing to Artist Pro. Hey everyone, this is Barry from Music Tech Info. Hope you're doing well today. So soundcloud.com, now I featured this over 10 days ago. I decided to sign up for Artist Pro because I felt that I had so many tracks and I thought it'd be really good, because one of the main reasons for signing up was the fact that each track that I uploaded, that it would get heard by up to 100 listeners, even if, that wasn't a thing, it could go beyond that. But also there was like various other features and options which I've already covered on this channel in previous videos, so make sure you check that out if you're interested, in terms of what's available in terms of distribution, in terms of monetization on the platform as well. So overall, I'm still a bit annoyed with the user interface, I'll be completely honest. I mean, I've just literally logged in and it says at the top, now available. Get heard by up to 100 listeners on your next upload with Artist or Artist Pro. I'm already on Artist Pro, why do I need to see that? Just little things like that. Navigation I found quite challenging in terms of if I wanted a particular page. Just finding out how to get to it was not the easiest thing. So I do feel the UI could be really improved upon. Now, in terms of the amount of tracks that I've uploaded loads, guys, because I've got loads of music via the name of Cyber Monday, my synth-pop, synthwave music stuff, okay? So basically, I didn't really upload for over a year, okay? And you can see the results down here, okay? They're not great, they're really not great. So I signed up to Artist Pro and there's been a huge improvement, but we'll go into that in a moment. So I've uploaded Store Credit album, Store Debit album, Daywave, which is my synthwave stuff, Nightwave, then we've got Retro Lift, then we've got Retro Fall. So that's 6 albums, and I've even uploaded some covers as well. So Under the Covers 1, Under the Covers 2 albums, then we've got 2B albums, Under the Covers 3, 3B, okay. That's 11 albums, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, I've uploaded over 15 albums, guys, onto SoundCloud, which is amazing. So in a total, 746 minutes worth of material, because I really wanted to test this out to the max. And I thought not a lot of artists are going to have 11 plus albums to actually upload on here. So there's this thing called Insights. Again, do you think I know how to look for that? I think it's under for artists. So if I have a look at under artists, that gives you a different thing. And then I think we've got Insights on here. So let's click on Insights. There we go. Okay, so this is what I wanted to try and show you. Let me just move myself just so that you can see. So I started it on August the 11th, and you can see it gained a lot of traction. Now what I did is I released, whenever I was available to upload on SoundCloud, you can see the days that I weren't really available to upload. So it's made a difference by uploading music on this account, okay? So you can see it suggests on SoundCloud, Artist Pro, which is the highest tier, that you can promote or amplify up to 30 tracks a day. Okay, so I stuck to about 3 albums uploading per day, 3, 6, 9, 12, yeah. So that's what I've done. So you can see the days that weren't that great, but you can see the huge traction compared with what it used to be. I mean, there's nothing beyond it really to compare with. And overall, you can see we've got 27,449 plays. That's great, right? That is incredible, because that's what I wanted. I wanted to gain traction. So you've had 27.4 thousand plays in the last 30 days, of which you get 138 likes is what I got in the last 30 days. Again, that's really good. But only 2 comments. And I was like, that's a bit odd. No reposts at all. But 21 downloads, which is quite high. So it depends what your train of thought actually is. Now for me, I made roughly half of my albums downloadable. And I think that would continue to be a thing for people that really wanted to download my music. Now, these could be DJs, they could be other people, they could be marketers, they could be just their collection of works, whatever. But you don't know who those downloads have gone to. But the fact that they have been downloaded, I think is really cool, because that allows people to have them in their own collection. And I'm quite big on owning your own music, unlike the likes of Spotify and those kind of things. So I actually see that 21 downloads is really positive. I was kind of expecting reposts because that's when you can really allow people to promote your work, and there hasn't been any of that yet. There's been over 27,500 plays, which I find a bit odd. The likes is positive, but again, you just get a like. You don't get any more information about that. I actually think that SoundCloud, when you like, it should recommend a comment to give so that can give you a bit more insight into it. And I've only had 2 comments in the last 30 days, which, considering you've had that many plays, shows to me that on this platform, like Spotify, people don't really care about the music as much as maybe people used to, maybe a decade ago, you know? And that is the unfortunate thing, because there's a lot of YouTubers out there that are saying you need to push your music out there, you need to market it the best you can, you need to pay for Facebook ads. And it's like, if people don't really care about the music, is it worth it? There is a golden rule here that they reckon about, 10% of people that listen to your music will like it. Of that 10%, another 10% within that 10%, which is 1%, will actually be fans. And then 10% of that 10% of that 10%, which is 0.1%, will be hardcore fans. So that's like a golden rule that I've certainly heard quite a few times around the music industry to aim for. But they are very low stats, aren't they? And if you think about it, I've had over 27,000 plays, but not much interaction. And I think it's a shame, to be honest, because I was really hoping that SoundCloud was a platform where people were really passionate about music still. But again, I think we are in a situation where AI music hasn't helped, but we were already oversaturated market to begin with. So it's a bit unfortunate. Now, if I have a look at the top tracks, this is kind of what I would have expected, is that my most popular track, or one of them, is called Crazy, featuring Ciota, and that had over 1,000 plays. I wasn't expecting this Electro House mix to do so well, but I think I did tag Electro House as in the tag of the song, which is why it gained traction. Medusa, Lose Control, is a really good cover that people seem to love, and I've got the instrumental version on there. I've got Small Town Boy covered by Bronski Beat, but it's nice to see that there's a mix with the original content that's been streamed as well as covers. Because if I have a look on Spotify, the majority of the popular tracks are actually covers. So I would say that for original music, SoundCloud is actually better than the likes of Spotify, because it's not as if the covers always do the best, which is certainly the case for Spotify for the majority of the time for me. So that was really good. But if I come on to top listeners, okay, we've got some top listeners. That person's had 34 plays. So these are potential fans. Okay, so it's good to know that. But if I have a look at the top locations, this is what really confused me, guys, is the countries that these are actually in. So we've got United States of America, over 2,600 plays in the last 30 days. That's fine. But Ukraine, I'm like, is that true? And Vietnam, really? I don't see that myself. I would have thought that the UK would have been more popular. But if you expand, then you see all of the other countries that it is. It's just the fact that, that's just over there because it's got another 300 streams. But Germany, I definitely expect to be high because of my synth pop material. It really goes hand in hand with Germany. And I get a lot of success in Germany. So yeah, I wasn't too keen on the city stats, but it makes sense in terms of the country stats. If we do have a look at the comments, we've got this. This is the thing, right? This was 3 months ago, and it's like, love this fantastic track 3 months ago. So that was even before I signed up to Artist Pro. If I have a look at the notifications, see again, it doesn't show me. If I go to messages, okay. So there's a lot of marketing stuff that goes on SoundCloud because musicians are kind of an easy target. So, hi, your song truly impressed me. Nice to meet you. Keep it up. Hi, thanks, but which song? You're very welcome. I design professional cover art and assist with music promotion. So it's like people are just after money. Do you know what I mean? Hell, hi there. I can help get your track Neon City Lights #9 played on popular digital streaming platforms. you could receive 210 followers, 3,200 listeners, 300 shares and likes, and a 30-second video about your SoundCloud profile. Just follow the link on the profile page. I'm like, no, these aren't true fans, are they? But where SoundCloud really does shine, if I keep going back and trying to find out the page that I want to show you this on, if I go back to Insights, which is on the artist section on Insights, the fact that you do have top listeners here, I could go on to Mohammed and then I could literally go on messages. And I could say, hey, I've noticed that you like my music. I've noticed you're a musician as well. Let me know what music you enjoy, which are your favourite tracks. And then I could start to engage. But that is based on a one-to-one relationship. That takes a lot of time to do. And they do say now, a lot of people on YouTube, that you have to kind of really build a relationship with fans on an individual basis. But if you want to make it big, you need to dedicate a lot of time to actually do that. We've also got other sources as well. So like the Google search has been quite popular in terms of finding me on here. But I feel overall it's good exposure. But that exposure is not enough. And that's the unfortunate thing for me personally. I think it's just the industry that we're now in, you know. And AI music's going to make it even more difficult to gain traction because, you know, we're just in a environment where music is everywhere and it's just so oversaturated now. So I won't, unfortunately, be continuing my membership with SoundCloud, which is a shame because you know what it's like when you unsubscribe. You're going to lose all of those tracks again because you get a limited amount to upload on the standard tier. But for me, I can't justify actually paying it. But I thought it was a good test, which is why I wanted to feature it on this channel. Let me know if you use SoundCloud and what your thoughts are. Hope this has helped give you a bit more insight into the Artist Pro account. And certainly check out my other videos on SoundCloud because I do delve into a lot more in terms of what it offers. And certainly if you want to use SoundCloud for distribution, for monetization, then I do think it's probably worth it. But if it's just to gain traction, just to amplify your tracks, yes, they get seen by a lot of people, but not necessarily huge fans, you know. I mean, I am getting traction. There's 6 minutes ago somebody liked the track, but is that enough to actually gain a fan? I personally don't think so yet. But I am really pleased with the amount of streams. I think that is brilliant because typically you'd have to pay for that. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. Catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.